Test. Okay, so we're just going to finish this up. We recorded a podcast about a month ago. I had a power outage, and we weren't able to, so let me just get everything ready, and we'll finish it up. Shouldn't take too long at all. All right, so they were talking about something, then I cut off, so we're just going to pick up right from that point. Of course, it's just me, unfortunately. I didn't even want to bother anyone. Okay. And we're back. Hey, where is everybody? Oh, wait, it's like a month later. Our original recording date back there was May 26th. It's now June 16th. Oops. Okay, so here's what happened. We were recording CAPMAX HYPECAST episode 27. Kevin and Yoshi Ben were going over their looking forward section. And on my end of things, there was a huge power outage in town. Several blocks were just shut out of power, of course. And, of course, the live stream was... it kept going for a little while, which was kind of neat. But, of course, I wasn't able to get back because all the power was gone, the TV was out, the computer was out, lights, etc., etc. So, unfortunately, that episode ended pretty abruptly. But I haven't actually uploaded the edited audio version yet. And I was like, you know what? I don't want it to just drop like it did during the live recording. So I might as well just record just a quick follow-up. And yeah, that's what we're doing right now. Let me just have a sip of my energy drink here. Official Red Bull, too. Not even the dollar store kind. It is hot out. It is ridiculous. What is this? It's almost... Yeah, it's not even that close to July. I guess summer is technically like a week or two away or something, but damn, it is hot. But anyways, yeah, let's finish this off. So I'm looking over our show notes here, and it did say that Kevin had 3 things written down here. I don't recall if he actually went over them. I'll just say what they were. Kevin had Ant-Man 2. To be quite honest with you, I didn't even know there was going to be an Ant-Man 2 movie, but there we are. First one was fine. It wasn't great. It was fine. So hopefully he enjoys Ant-Man 2. Hey, let's check in with the chat real quick. I'm recording this the exact same way I would any other time. That way, if anyone watches the original unedited version on YouTube, they will now also be able to watch the end of it. And there's nothing in the chat. That's all right then. I didn't even really give anyone any warning. I was just doing this. Got to get her done. It was a good time to do it. Next thing on Kevin's list is Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which I believe is the 3rd Tomb Raider game from the big reboot they did. Maybe it's the 2nd. I don't recall. I know I played the first one. I really liked it. And I have the 2nd one. Okay, the 2nd one was Rise of the Tomb Raider. So I'm guessing Shadow of the Tomb Raider is the name of the 3rd one, which is about to come out one of these days. And yeah. I haven't played the 2nd one yet. I'm sure it's as good as the 1st. Probably. I'm sure there's many graphic ways for Laura to die. And she'll shoot a bow and arrow at people like she did in the 1st. And he also has Red Dead 2. Of course, that's the smart choice for anyone to have on their lists. I've never really played any of the Red Dead games, though. I don't know why. I like the cowboy stuff, sure. But, I don't know. Certain games like that one or like the Fallout games or... like Elder Scrolls, a lot of these games, it just seems so overwhelming that it's hard to really want to dig into them at all. I could just so much work. Yeah, okay, just checking the chat again. There's no one there. So that's all Kevin had. So of course that was Kevin from Buried on Mars YouTube channel and the Retro Fandango podcast. So look those up on the internets if you want to check out more of Kevin. And Yoshi Ben had nothing in his list, so I don't recall if he actually went over anything. I know he wasn't feeling very excited about E3, which has actually already happened since we recorded about a month ago. I'll go into E3 a bit at the end. I don't think there was much that was catching his interest. He was kind of bummed out about the E3. I'm sure he likes that there was a new Xenoblade Chronicles 2. There's like DLC for that on the Switch, so I'm sure he's looking forward to that, if nothing else. And he's not really, he's kind of off social media right now. I know he was going through the troubles, so we wish him all the best. And yeah, and then me. What am I looking forward to? See, I keep checking the stream because I don't want it to crash again. Everything seems to be going okay though. My lighting's not the best, but I don't want lights on. It's so hot out. Okay, just checking real quick. Okay, back. Okay, so what did I have on my list? Looking forward. The first thing I had was a smart choice because I have played it a lot. It was State of Decay 2. Now, that's a game that you can get exclusively on the Xbox One or on the Microsoft Game Store, whatever you call it, on the computer. It's not on Steam, which is unfortunate. But as a Microsoft Game Store, whatever it's called, told me that I can't run it on my PC anyways. Like my video card is not good enough or something. So what I ended up doing was actually just bought the disc for the Xbox One. And yeah, State of Decay 2, really cool game. If you like The Walking Dead, and you've always thought, hey, I could do a better job surviving than these dumbasses could, then hey, check out the game. It's pretty good. Basically, it's very random as far as the characters. You don't make characters, you kind of just find random survivors, and if you want them in your group, you can sign them on. If you don't want them in the group, you don't have to sign them on. Few observations I have, for one thing, is that each person has like 4 standard skills, like strength, speed, etc., and all that. But there's a 5th skill, and that one's really important because you'll want certain skills, like you'll want a mechanic or a medic or a gardener or whatever. Computer people are actually really important, though you wouldn't think they would be so much in a zombie apocalypse. But there's people with not necessarily, but kind of useless skills. Like there's one person with like sports trivia, one person who has like the gift of gab, whatever, all these random funny skills. And it's important to understand that you can't remove a skill from a person. So if you have a person who's like, my skill is bowling versus my skill is repairing your car, like the more practical trades people are the ones you'll probably want in your group more, which is kind of a downer because I'm kind of I don't know what my skill would be in such a situation, but it probably wouldn't be very useful. Anyways, so you drive around, you got a big map. It's kind of Left 4 Dead 2-esque, kind of brings to mind like GTA San Andreas of all things. Just that kind of old school kind of map design. It's kind of like a deserty area. And yeah, you just drive around, you smash up zombies with your car, beat them up. You're kind of immune, so you don't necessarily have to worry about becoming a zombie after one bite, but there are certain conditions that can eventually turn you into a zombie. So, and there's even like special infected, or they just call them freaks in the game, but there's like a fat guy that if you hit with your car, he just makes your car full of like poison acid, so you got to get out of the car real quick. Or there's like a feral zombie who's super quick and he's a real pain to try and kill. And there's like a giant tank style zombie, very typical stuff. Like if you played Left 4 Dead, you'll have a really good idea of the kind of super zombies you'll be dealing with. Anything else you want to say? Find assorted cars, you find outposts. Like you can pick a base. Everyone starts off the same like general house, but as your group grows and your resources grow and you run out of space, you'll want to find a bigger base, which is actually really neat because there's several bases hidden around the map. Like the one in the first map I did, I ended up with this base that was basically like a Home Depot or a Canadian Tire, whatever, like a do-it-yourself kind of store. And that was a really neat base because it had power. Not all of them do. Like each base has its own perks. But this base, it had a lot of space, but it was far off, so it took a fair bit of gas to actually get from there to their side of the map. Like you would have little groups of people that you would try and work with. They're all AI, of course. Unfortunately, I did play it single player. This would be an excellent game to play co-op, but I just don't know enough people that would play Xbox One games with me co-op, unfortunately. But this one, good times. It would definitely be fun, though. If anyone out there wants to be a zombie apocalypse bro with me, let me know. But yeah, you can pick a cool base. You upgrade everything. Typical video game stuff, and you can also find other buildings that aren't necessarily going to be a home base, but you can turn them into outposts, and those will offer specific perks. Like, say there's like a McDonald's or whatever whatever they would call a fast food place. If you turn that into an outpost, maybe you'll now have access to additional food, and that is added to your total group food consumption lists. You know, a lot of lists. There's like food and materials and power and et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, really cool game. I would definitely recommend it. It's unfortunate that it is exclusive to Xbox because I do have the online paid for on the PS4, and that would be neat to play it there, but whatever. Xbox, it's nice to have some usage for my Xbox One. Next up, I don't know why I had this on there because I didn't buy it, but Sea of Thieves, also another Xbox One exclusive. I certainly do want to play that, but once again, as I mentioned a moment ago, if I just don't have enough people that I know that would want to play that online with, but that does look like a fun game. I actually picked up the Sea of Thieves Xbox One controller from EB Games not too long ago, which was used, but it looked to be in pretty great shape, and that was like $45. Apparently, that's really, really expensive to buy used on eBay or something. But of course, everything is. That's eBay for you. But yeah, Sea of Thieves looks fun. If nothing else, it'd be a great opportunity to talk like a pirate to other people. That was a bad impression. I've done better. I need more Red Bull. Unfortunately, without other people here, I can't really strategically take my my drinky drinks. But yeah, they announced at E3 there's going to be Sea of Thieves expansions, so hopefully they add more to the game, because I know people have had complaints about what they have experienced with the game in its current state. But hopefully it becomes a more complete game in the end. Next thing I have up is Conan Exiles, a game I have not picked up yet. I'm in no rush. The Conan hype I was feeling before has kind of died down since. It's actually been replaced by Superman. But we'll get into that maybe in the next episode of the CAPMAX HYPECAST or whatever podcast I feel like recording next. But yeah, game looks neat. I haven't played it. There's nudity in the PC version and less nudity in the console version. Typical. But, you know, it's kind of like a Minecraft-y kind of game. You can just make a base wherever and you have battle creatures and cut trees and, you know, be a general strongman in the Conan universe. Looks cool. Next thing I have on my list is The Raft, a game I also haven't picked up yet, although the Steam summer sale should be coming up pretty soon, and this is not unlike Conan or Minecraft. Another one of these survival games, but the whole gimmick of this one is you're on a raft, like a 4 square wide, big square raft, and all you have is like a hook and a rope attached to the hook, and you grab stuff from the ocean, and you pull it in, and you end up building off of your raft till your raft becomes nothing. It starts off as, like I said, just like a board floating in the water, but it eventually becomes bigger, and you can build up, and it's like a floating building by the end. And it looked really neat. I was watching Kraken stream it on his Twitch channel. It looked like fun. Once again, though, if you don't have the ironclad bros to play these games, it's not as fun. That's the real trick nowadays. Oh, hey, I just checked the chat. Hey, we got Bezarides. I hope I said that right. Bezarides. He says, wow, Steve going at solo. I like it. Well, thank you. I didn't want to leave episode 27 incomplete. And yeah, here we are. Thanks for stopping in today. So yeah, Raft looks cool. I will pick it up, maybe, if it's a good price on Steam. Maybe. You know. Like, we got State of Decay 2, Monster Hunter World. These are, like, this has all been playing, and these are many hours to play right there. Like, you don't need to buy tons of games every month. I don't know how people can play these games as often as a lot of them do. Even, like, the professional streamers or whatever. I don't know. Busy adult lifestyle. So next thing on my list, on looking forward, I had the museum, which I did go to, our local Royal British Columbia Museum. They had an Egypt exhibit going on, and that was pretty neat. Yeah, you start off by walking through like a big, obviously not, certainly not life size, but you know, you walk through like a display. It's like a kind of like you're walking into a pyramid, and then you know, you go in there, and it's just a bunch of old Egyptian artifacts. One of my observations was it's funny that they have the same amount of junk lying around that we do, because I can just imagine my own Egyptian pyramid be full of like tiny transformers and video games and all that stuff, and old Red Bull cans. But yeah, that was really neat. Took a bunch of pictures. They had a mummified cat. That was kind of spooky. I don't know if cats really want to be mummified, but there it was. You know, the basic stuff, like there's a sarcophagus. There was no mummy, unfortunately, but you get the idea. A lot of like god imagery. They love their gods back in the day. Makes you wonder, like, how did they move those big blocks, and how did they make that pyramid? That must have been a lot of work. I mean, they didn't have the heavy construction we do now. Was it aliens? Maybe. I don't know. I saw Alien vs. Predator. I know what's up. Anyway, I actually tweeted a bunch of pictures from the museum, so of course, anyone who wants to see that, check me out on Twitter. That's at Stephen Eider. Stephen with a V, EIDHER, and I tweeted a bunch of pictures. But of course, that was a while ago, so you have to do some digging through my pictures, which will mostly be, as mentioned, a lot of Transformers stuff. Otherwise, the museum is the same old, always a good time. They've got a big woolly mammoth, and there's an area you walk through. It's kind of like BC's wildlife. You walk like a little forest area and like a seaside area. Then you go up a floor, and there's like a First Nations, like a lot of like Indian, whatever we call them now, First Nations stuff. There's like an old-timey town over there, and yeah, it's a really cool museum. It's always fun to check out. It's expensive, though. This is a tourist town, which means every store feels the need to jack up their prices because you got to take advantage of that tourist cash. But for us locals, it's all really expensive. So if you've seen it before, it's not necessarily something you want to go to too many more times, unless you buy the yearly pass, but I don't. And I actually got this pass from my local library because they borrow out museum passes, which is really neat. Okay. And, oh, hey. Joachim Martinson, welcome to the end of the CAPMAX HYPECAST live episode 27. Am I talking to Santa? Maybe. Is he in the chat? Let me know. I used to have people here, but this happened a month ago. I'm just finishing up this episode. Okay. Next up on my looking forward to list was actually I just added these last two in. On Monster Hunter World, once again, I'm playing on the PS4. They recently updated to make a what they call an arch-tempered Kirin. So in the basic game, there's a monster called a Kirin, which is basically like a unicorn that spits lightning and zaps you and runs around and makes horse neighing noises and runs around lightning. Basic idea. But this new super version, this arch-tempered Kirin, basically any attack he does will one-hit kill you, and you have like 3 chances for that to not happen. And if it happens, quest failed, you got to start from the beginning all over again. A real pain in the ass. So I did that quest several times. I got my ass beat. Like, I've played this game for many hours, and this quest was ridiculous. And I've actually devised a sneaky, greasy way to actually defeat the arch-tempered Kirin. And my goal, maybe even after we finish this recording, is that I was going to make a new video for the YouTube channel here, and I'm going to show everyone my greasy mantle for defeating the arch-tempered Kirin. So look forward to that. My basic plan was just record it as though I were live streaming it. Also, want to see me live stream? It doesn't happen often, but check me out on Twitch, CAPMAX_gaming. But yeah, I was just gonna give the basics of how I've been doing it, and hopefully show off one of these hunts in this video I want to upload here, and hopefully that'll help people out who also went through the same rigmarole, because that is a tricky hunt. It's unbalanced. In Monster Hunter, there's usually like 3 difficulties. There's a low rank, a high rank, and a G rank. And this Monster Hunter World does not yet have a G rank hunt or a G rank difficulty. I feel it will eventually, but it doesn't now. But this hunt kind of feels like it would be in that hard difficulty, because it is definitely the hardest hunt they've ever released. But the problem is we're still using the high rank gear, and this is like a tricky monster to fight, even if you're on the same weapons and armor levels as it would be. So pain in the ass hunt. Long story short, I figured out how to do it in my own way, and look for it. Hopefully, I don't want to say for sure, but hopefully I'll have that video uploaded to the channel next. And yeah, finally, I was looking forward to E3, but of course that's happened. So I don't know if we'll do another podcast to wrap all that up. There was a lot of games showing off at E3. I can give a quick summary now. Surprisingly, I thought Xbox did the best conference. They did all they need to do, just show a bunch of cool trailers, one after the other. Nintendo, they showed off a couple things. Now, this Hypecast episode was all about me considering buying a Nintendo Switch, and that has not happened yet, but it still probably will, because Monster Hunter is coming out. the Switch version in a month or two, so that'll be neat. Nintendo's conference was meh. It was fine. I'm not a big Smash Brothers fan, so I didn't really care. There was this mech game they showed off right at the start, which looked really cool. But yeah. And Sony's was actually pretty crappy, all things considered. Like I want to play The Last of Us 2 less now. That trailer was kind of crummy. Ellie, she took like 4 bullet wounds, an arrow in the arm, a sledgehammer in the face, and she kept going. It's like, come on, guys, don't. Like, well, that must have been easy mode. I don't know. It looks cool. I mean, I still like The Last of Us game, but that trailer, they didn't even show the mushroom zombies. Like, what the hell? It was just like she was like she was like kissing a girl in one scene, and then she's like, "Oh, we're looking for people because everyone's a bandit in this zombie apocalypse." Whatever. And then they showed like Resident Evil 2 remake. Honestly, I don't care. I played it back in the day on PS1. I enjoyed it enough, but whatever. They show like Ghost of something. A lot of ninja games and samurai games. It looked fine. Whatever. There's like 3 different samurai games. There's one that was like the From Software game, you know, like Bloodborne kind of style, but it was like Japanese themed. It looked like whatever, you know. There's another one. I remember. There's like 3 different samurai games. Whatever. E3 was okay, but I'm not looking forward to it too much. Okay, Bez Rides in the chat asks about the new Kojima game, Death Stranding. I don't know. It looks neat, I guess. You just wander around, I guess. Maybe you deliver stuff like a postman in the whatever apocalypse. I don't know. Everyone there's like ghosts and there's like stranded in death. I don't know. There's like floaty. Good luck explaining that game. Like, what the hell? It's just one of these trailers are just making us wonder. I'm feeling maybe it's like a you know, people are always attached to their smartphones or walking around with a smartphone or with their friends and family, but they're always looking at the smartphone. I feel like maybe that's the message this Death Stranding game is trying to give off. But now maybe people are trapped to their smartphones, and now they're shadows that are invisible and they're strands because the thing is connected to something. And Norman Reedus has like a baby in his pouch, and it gives him like powers to understand where the ghosts are. Like, I don't know what's going on in that game. Might be cool. But yeah, I think that's about it. So that was oh man. CAPMAX HYPECAST, episode 27. We recorded most of it a month ago, and I'm just finishing up now, about a month later. Sorry it took so long. Hashtag busy adult lifestyle. There's never enough time in the day, especially after work. There's no way I can do this stuff after work anymore. There's just never enough time. But anyways, thanks to Kevin and Yoshi Ben for guesting in this latest episode. What else we got in the plans? As I mentioned on the channel, I do want, like I said, after this, I'll probably do it offline, but I do want to upload that Arch-Tempered Kieran video just so people can have a chance at defeating that thing using the sneakiest, greasiest techniques I could come up with. It takes time, but it works. And I only need to do it like 3 more times to get it. Like, you do this whole hunt, just get a single, what they call a Kieran ticket. And then you can make a super fancy armor. It glows. I didn't want it so much, but then I saw that the armor glows. I'm like, well, I need the glowing armor. I gotta have that. So we'll do that. That'll be a fun video. I'll edit it down a bit so it won't take too long to watch. But you know, if you're not into Monster Hunter, I probably wouldn't bother watching it. Unless you just want to hear more of me talk. In which case, thanks for that. Bezred says, Leah C. Dukes. I don't know anyone's name. I don't know how to pronounce it. What being sold on me on Death Stranding. That's that girl, the woman at the end of the trailer. Cool. I don't know who those people are. I don't know. Got that Zone of the Enders game coming out soon too, so I don't know about that either. I don't even love Zone of the Enders anymore. I liked it less. Like, I liked it on PS2. Then I played on PS3. And the controls felt dated. I wasn't really feeling the hype as I may have once did. And now it's coming back again on PS4. I don't know. I might pick it up if it's a decent price. I might not. Okay, is that it? I think that's about it. What do we have next for the channel? Monster Hunter video, hopefully. More pickups, of course. There's always, I don't know if you guys can see it in, but I got, actually, we showed off this. I went to Valley Village the other day and I found like $50 worth of toys, and that was pretty fucking cool. But I wouldn't recommend anyone ever collect anything because it just takes up space. Like, look at my couch; it's ridiculous. Toys and shit anywhere. Toy cast. Who knows? We might do more. I still want to do more. Hypecast. Hopefully, we can do more all in due time. Movie casts. I've got a long list of movies I want to do episodes of, and once again, it just all comes down to how much free time I have and how much interest I can generate with my colleagues, and see who can show up to be a guest for those. Otherwise, yeah, that's about it. So everyone, thanks for stopping in. Once again, we have we have Bezarides and Joaquin in the chat. Thanks, dudes, for showing up today. That's awesome. Beast Wars Megatron was cool. You're absolutely right. Did you see that video? I don't know where he is, but I picked up a Beast Wars Megatron toy, and that thing is awesome. Look at this. You recognize that? That's a Beast Wars Dinobot toy I'm holding up to my webcam right there. He's missing his little Velociraptor arms, though. Oh, boy, the crap I spend my money on. All right, that's about it. So, okay. So I was going to originally end this episode with, yeah, okay, you know, on YouTube when you're watching a video, a clip or something, and it auto plays to something else. It did that a couple times, and it ended up, remember that song from the Jungle Book that King Louis sings? You know, I want to be a man like you. I want to walk like you, talk like you. So that's a really catchy song, and I was going to have it at the end of this episode. But if you read into those lyrics, it's kind of about this ape that wants to be a man. And, you know, in the news these days with Roseanne and comments said on Twitter, it's kind of an iffy subject. So maybe I won't play that song. So the song I was going to play, I won't tell you what it is, but first, look forward to it. It's a song. It's actually my favorite song for one of the games I mentioned earlier in this episode a month ago. So enjoy that. Thanks, guys, for stopping in, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye, Kevin. Bye, Yoshi Ben. Sorry I had a power outage, but we'll see you next time. Bye-bye-bye.